Okay, hello, Marriott Hotel. This is Asawa. You know that. Anyway, I be trying not to keep doing these videos, but this right here, it was put up in 2012, November the 24th, which wasn't long ago. But I've always claimed that the green light was inside of the constellation that I recognize as the constellation of Bastet, my sister. You can see these things moving in there. You can see the lights flashing. These are the same flashing lights that's up in the constellations that I show you around the X, to show you that not only are these ships up in the sun proximity, but they are also here right immediate with the Earth proximity. So these are the entities that I tell you is a part of my arsenal that I came here with, that I call the cosmic forces, the 7 cosmic forces. Now I've told you why I've come here to this earth. I'm just giving you something to see and to know about. This camera that this guy is using could be the reason that it's green. At the same time, it doesn't necessarily have to be the reason. It could be green because it's just a green silhouette into the night scape of the sky, because that is the case many a times. With these UFOs, they can control like that and just change the daytime into black like the night. You know that, you've seen that. So I've proven to you that I'm working with the God essence. But I keep getting inspiration to keep doing this. So while I had the opportunity and the energy and the inspiration to, I probably should. But these lights that's flashing inside of here, I wanted to show them to you so you could see them. But look, there's something in particular I wanted to show you right here. Okay, now look how these things flash, just like in my camera, where you see all of them gather at that Stargate coordination. That's the same flashing. So you can't try to confuse that as being a flaw or a malfunction inside of my computer, because here it goes right now. That's obviously taken inside of someone else's camera. But you can see the same flashing characteristics as what's going on in my camera that I point at the sun. This is, remember, in the daytime, I show you these lights flashing, but this is at nighttime, and there's the 3, the formation of the 3 that I always say is synonymous, you know. But I mean, look how many there is. And this is in the UK, United Kingdom. But look how many. Now, if this would have been here in the United States, they would have hid this from us. They would have, just like the other day, there was a satellite all over the New England states. Today is Saturday. I guess that was Thursday or Friday. And of course, the United States didn't show us the footage. We got very, very small footage, enough to sustain that it was a green light. Just like I was saying, I've actually light ships now that everything they demonstrate around the earth as a method of warning, which I think that their warnings have been over with. I think next time it's not going to be no freaking drill. I mean, I really do, because they're not joking around. I'm telling you guys, they're not. They are not joking around. They're making drought. I know why they're making drought too. Because see, you got to understand something. Anytime the land dries up on the surface, that means that something is depleting the water. If the water disappears so fast that the grass stops growing, where is it going? That's what the question is. Where is all that water going? Sounds like somebody creating circumstances for a big fire. So I'm warning everybody, fix your karma and love one another and ask for forgiveness. And whatever you do, don't be trying to stay attached to the thing that made Judgment Day have to be here. All that funniness, all that money that all those people got that sold us all out, they're not even going to be able to spend it and enjoy it. With all the earthquakes and all the road closures and all the floods and all this stuff that's getting ready to go down, where people is not going to even have stores to rely on to give you food. How is people expected to survive? If you all haven't planned to get together this summer and grow community gardens with each other, and I don't mean the white people all get together and feel each other crazy as any other non-white people that come along and want to help. Don't want to, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about everybody get together, go out to these big fields that's laying around and nobody using them. And the government would there want everybody to be freaking consumers, to buy their shit in Safeway. You know, all this need to stop. We all need to be smart and take our lives back into our hands, because that's what these things out here is showing us. They're showing us the multitude of greatness that could be achieved. And of course, our government want to sit back and stagnate all this information and make us believe that we imagining this. So we won't want more than what they're limiting us to in their stupid ass school. They schools are so limiting as to where as soon as you graduate from high school, the only thing they can do is sell you more school. They won't make it available where you could just go and finish, or they won't make it available whereby even before you get out of school, you should have a damn job waiting for you. No, not here. So they sell you a lot of stagnant bullshit to keep you dependent on them. And this has got to stop. And that's why you just saw the flashing lights that I showed you. Peace and blessings. Okay, so now, here we go. On the blinking lights that we all just left. Alright, how about this? This is the same extremity of the blinking lights that we were just looking at. Except, look how big this one is. Talking about the overall, that which encompasses all blinking light. Okay, I know you guys saying, why does he keep showing this? But I mean, because look at it. That is a serious spaceship right there. If you look in this corner, and you look down here in this corner, and you look down here in this corner, you can see that this is obviously a tapered off round space vessel. Look at it. Okay, now these little individual lights in here, they're all blinking. Okay, as this one whole star right here is blinking. So let me explain to you what I'm saying and what I'm seeing. We have our overall star that is showing us its ability to communicate with us. And this star is our sun, the S-U-N sun. And it is doing all this, sending lights to the earth and everything as to say to us, you know, you are all really stupid because you're going to let somebody tell you that it's the end of the world and all this and all that, when I'm the one sitting here showing you I can have all these interactions with you. And if I can do all that, doesn't that make you know that I can say to all these things coming around to do what I tell it to do? Because I made it all. How can I sit here? You notice that nobody is saying anything about a meteorite crashing into the sun. Why is that not something for everyone to worry about? Because they know the omnipotent power of this sun. You don't hear one scientist have a threat or a fear or any meteorites busting into the sun and causing any damage to anything. And these are the same people on this earth that will see this obvious God coagulation of supreme energies right here. Okay, you can see it. That's comprised of all the spaceships that's zipping around the earth right now. And as I told you, I counted 7 of these things come in and go. 7 of them. And this thing is outside of this one, meaning this one is of this one, but they're separate. This one could leave by itself, this whole big one right here, and this one will remain, because I've seen it like that many a times where this one is here alone without this one in the background. And this one in the background is so big that it encapsulates some inside of it. You see? And this is the overall blue light. This the sustaining, beautiful potential of God with us at all times. And that's the reason why, you know, I don't want to be trying to apologize for none of the stuff I said and try to act like I want to be more nice and polite, because this is not a luxury that we all have. The severity of our circumstances on this earth does not give anyone the luxury to sit around and act like this stuff is not around just because you want the Jesus thing to be real. Do not get upset with my diligence at trying to push this, because I am a servant of our Supreme Creator who has been sent to the earth to show you that there is more than just your stagnated knowledge of a God outside of self. As a matter of fact, your stagnated knowledge of a God outside of self is what is leading you down the road of self-destruction. If you don't return real fast to your all-knowing God self that you have been put to sleep from, you are going to find yourself in deeper shit than you are in right now. It can get better. It can get better, or it can get worse. Listening to me is going to make it get better, because I'm going to give you all these routes of light as your way to get the hell out of the bullshit that you're in now. And all this stuff right here as opportunity to pick your ass up and get out of the bullshit. This is all of it that you're looking at right now. All of these entities of light that Jesus claimed to be. I am the way, the truth, and the light. He claimed that, but you have never saw him. But you see me, and I'm here claiming to be that. But I'm here right now claiming to be that, showing you my corroborating story that that's who I am. With this green ship right here that I just showed you on the other page that had so many lights encapsulated in it, that it was in the UK with all those different lights in all those different locations in the space, sending signals to the people on the ground, giving them instructions to do things. That's what those blinking lights be. Even if we don't know that, that's what they are. Let me see if I can find some more. Now look at this beautiful sky right here. This was in the daytime. Early in the morning, as you can see, the lights, the contrast, beautiful light, are still in the back. This is not, see that one blinking? These are not dots on my camera lens. There was some film on it, but I washed it off. I'm constantly washing it so I can be sure that what I'm looking at is really what it appears to be. So believe me, all these things show up when the sun makes these X's. These are all light ships that can make themselves seen when they want to be seen and unseen. Look at the silhouette of that one right there. Look how obvious it is that they worked so hard to show you that there was two of them there. And then look at the color formation here. And then this is a different day, and look, it's blinking again. And they just started doing it. And what is weird is that the other day when our tornado touched down, when it touched down, this thing was blinking like hell, and it was lights flashing all over it. And I was saying, why? Because I didn't even have this, I wasn't filming the sun. But this thing was flashing its ass off, and I was saying, why is it doing that? It only does that when I'm looking at the planets outside. Why are the planets flashing on this monitor when I'm not outside with the camera? I'm inside trying to do something. You know why? Because the lights were talking to me. Right after that, I went outside. There's another TV, not outside, but in the other room. There's another TV in there. As that was going on, I started seeing it talk about the damn flying saucer. I mean, look at this. The thing in Hawkinson. The tornado. Look at this. You see, I shouldn't have been doing them. That's what my great-great-great-great-great-great-grandpappy did to make all this stuff right here come into manifestation. They taught me how to do that in my past lives. I still remember some of the stuff, but I'm coming back more and more. Now look how this looks like the earth now. Tell me that doesn't look like the earth. See how they're talking to us? Look. That's how they communicate. They saying what's above is below. It's just like the earth. That's what that looked like. It's like